Hey, beautiful good afternoon to you, wherever you're watching us from. If this is your first time here on Panuka Farm YouTube channel, this is yours truly, Mr. Panuka, the CEO and founder of Panuka Farm here in Zambia. So today, we just want to take a look at this crop of English cucumber. Remember, this is festive season, and we planted this crop really to coincide with the festive season. Huge gamble, but looks like we actually got it right on the money. And so let's take a look at these greenhouses of English cucumber that's just got ready, getting our first cut. So we transplanted this crop on 13th of November 2021. And remember, where we're aiming to make sure that it's ready by festive season. So yeah, we needed to make sure that we really spot on in terms of management to get it right. But looks like it actually turned out quite well. We're just getting the first cut. And so this is the general outlook of this crop, doing very well. Obviously, every time a cucumber crop starts, it actually starts from down here in terms of fruiting, and so we expect much more fruits up there as it grows taller. So you can actually see quite some very lovely crop here. I know a lot of people have actually migrated into hydroponic growing of cucumbers, but I think our investment in fertility trenches has actually yielded quite some very good fruits for us. The soil has not failed us. So a bit of an area view of this crop, getting taller, and very soon it will actually hit the net, and that's just your area view at the top of the net, how it looks. And obviously, being first cut, it's completely powder mildew free, so which is quite good. We're loving it. So again, experience will tell us that you're actually seeing a bit of yellowish leaves here. This is certainly some potassium deficiency and a bit of nitrogen, but much more of potassium deficiency. So I've got some solutions for that. So if you leave it from this point, it might actually get worse. And obviously we do some diagnosis within the greenhouse to just deduce exactly what's going on. But we also have those nutritional charts. So talking of the nutritional chart, you can actually see what I just showed you. This is your potassium deficiency, how it manifests itself in different forms. And I actually talked about also nitrogen deficiency. You can actually see some elements of that in the leaves that I just showed you. So this is another alternative way of us really trying to see exactly what's going on with our cucumbers. So you can actually see the crop is doing pretty well, generally, despite the aspects that we talked about in terms of potassium deficiencies. I'm actually sweating because it's really blazing hot. So let's just get to the other greenhouse so that you actually see whether there's consistency in our management practices. Because ideally, if you transplant a crop on the same day, you expect the results in terms of just the general management to be the same. So let's get to the other greenhouse. We were in greenhouse number 4. So let's just get the other side. Just taking a quick shot walk to GH1, where we've got another crop of English cucumber that was transplanted the same day as the other greenhouse that I just showed you. Yeah, so you actually see that we've got other greenhouses in the middle, but then we had to skip and plant the other crop a bit of a distance away from the other crop. It's just a bit of risk management. So yeah, let's get in and see this crop and then judge for yourself whether there's some management consistency in terms of its general outlook. So again, this is the general outlook of this crop. Again, the same aspects, issues that we noted, a bit of yellowing of these leaves, selected, but generally I think the crop is doing quite well. You actually see that like this, line, different, you don't see that yellowing. So it's kind of isolated, but it's something that we need to quickly, fix in terms of potassium deficiency. So again, you can judge for yourself whether there's consistency in our, management practices. Are you seeing some differences in the way we manage the other, greenhouse, or there's a difference? So as usual, most of the English, cucumbers will actually start fruiting from, down there. So you can see a lot of, fruits beneath here. So we'll have to clear those along the way, especially for processing, given that, the other market loves them, really strict. So that's just a bit of an area view of this crop. Again, you can actually see that the soil, in our case, has not failed us. So it's very important to make sure that you manage your soils so that they don't fail you. Otherwise, if you don't have the means to go the hydroponic, route, the soil still has quite a lot to offer, and you probably don't even need to go in that direction. But yeah, if you've got the money, you probably have to look at that. But yeah, there you go. A lot of cucumbers down here. This is our first cut this week from this lovely crop. So inside here, we're actually not witnessing the yellowing like we observed, I think, on the other side. Yeah, lots of fruits down there. So yeah, loving this. So that's just a bit of a marathon, review of some of our, English cucumber greenhouses. You can actually judge, for yourself whether there's, production consistency in terms of our management practices, across different, greenhouses based on the two that we've sampled. Yeah, I think you're the best judge. Yeah, but we're loving what we're seeing. So we're really hoping from now onwards until around 14 weeks, we should be able to keep this, crop, so that, in production rather, because that's the projected, production period for, the varieties that we have. This is Verdon by Rags One, supplied to us by Holland Green Tech, Zambia. Lovely varieties, I must say. And I think we've been quite, loyal to these varieties given their prowess. Yeah, so from yours truly, Mr. Panuka from Panuka Farm, have a lovely one, and please remember to always subscribe, especially if it's your first time, so that you don't miss out on some of these little juicy tidbits on farming, as it were. Bye bye.